Hey everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm Gene, and welcome to Hanging with Uncle. Appreciate you guys taking the time out to spend this 5 minutes with me because I want to talk about something which I think is extremely important, which is short sightedness. Not being able to think things through and see the bigger picture. And I'm going to use Gaza as an example. So I know during the primary, a lot of Palestinian Americans did not vote in the primary for in the Democratic process, not on the Republican side, but on the Democrat side, because they figured that President Biden was giving arms to Israel to supply them to kill innocent Palestinians. And they were not wrong. However, it's time to put things in perspective, put on your critical thinking hat, and find out why this happened, what could we do to avoid it, and how can we proceed from here. So, because Kamala Harris was vice president, those same voters abstained from voting in the 2024 election. In total, it's estimated about 15 million Democrats did not vote in the election, largely due to their position on Gaza. Now, I agree. I think personally, only because I'm not naive and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this just makes sense to me. Okay? Looking at all the facts, you have Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister, which is the equivalent to their president, telling Qatar, one of their sources of funding, not to cut off funding to Hamas. Why? Because I believe Netanyahu, who should have been out of office and was very unpopular, he pulled a Hitler. And he staged the attack, inviting Hamas to attack so he could remain in power and then unleash the force of Israel's military might. That's my opinion. Prove me wrong. It's just what I think. Now, I think, again, this is just Gene's personal opinion. I would love to know your thoughts. Please leave them in the comment section below. I don't think President Biden was wrong for arming Israel because Israel is constantly under attack. They have missiles fired on them every day, several times a day. So those kinds of weapons I agree with, but you don't need small arms fire and explosive ordnance to take out planes. You have enough of that if you want to combat Hamas. But Netanyahu, and looks like, just, from the outside looking in, is committing genocide on Palestinians using the staged Hamas attack back in October a couple of years ago. So staying home and not voting for that is the reason we have Cadet Bone Spurs back in office. So my question is, was it worth it? Because Cadet Bone Spurs fully supports giving weapons to Netanyahu to do whatever he wants, where at least Biden tried to have dialogue. His distaste and dislike for Netanyahu, which was reciprocated, was out in the open. But you don't see that now. So why is it okay for the coward-in-chief to send weapons to Israel, but it was wrong for Biden to? It doesn't make sense to me. And as a result now, we see him going and getting these lavish gifts and running America into the ground with his economic tariff nonsense, which is the dumbest thing he could have done. And for Americans not to see that, it reminds me of a joke where the top half of the cartoon shows the idiot saying gas is $1.98 a gallon, And the bottom half of the cartoon here sees this dummy with a big smile on his face wearing a MAGA hat saying gas is $1.98 a gallon when the pump reads it's $3.58. So let's think, people. Was it really worth it? Was Gaza worth us having this moron in the White House and the national security threats that we are now under as a result of it? So that's my opinion. Again, I'd love to know yours. The comment section is there for that purpose. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. That like button is very important, and I greatly appreciate it. And most importantly, be kind, stay safe, and I will not be here next week because I will be out of town for the week. So I will see you in 2 weeks. Take care, everyone.